Hello, dear friends. This is your host. Today, we have a delightful story for you called Bunny's Rainy Day Friends. Before we begin, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your family and friends. By doing so, you will receive notifications about our latest updates. Now let us begin. Once upon a time, in a meadow full of singing flowers, there lived a little bunny named Bun. He was known throughout the meadow for his infectious laughter and his hops that could reach the clouds. However, nobody in the meadow knew that Bun had a secret friend. This friend was unlike any other. Whenever the sun peeked through the clouds, Bun would hop through fields of daisies, chase butterflies, and make dandelion chains. Life was joyful and sunny. But whenever dark clouds gathered and the first raindrops fell, Bun would disappear. The worried animal friends would search everywhere for him. They'd look under the roots of old oak trees, behind the gurgling waterfall, and even in Mrs. Owl's hollow, but Boone was nowhere to be found. Just when they were about to give up, they'd spot a single white feather fluttering near Bun's cozy burrow. The feather would lead them to a clearing by the riverbank, where they'd find Bun fast asleep, snuggled in a patch of tall grasses. Beside him would be a small pile of pebbles, arranged in a circle. Each pebble monolith sparkled with an otherworldly glow. As soon as the animals approached, the glow would vanish, and the pebbles would turn into ordinary stones. All they'd find was sleepy Bun and his infectious smile. "Where do you go when it rains?" they'd ask. "And why do you bring those glowing pebbles?" Bun would just giggle and say, "You can't possibly want to join me, can you? Because what I do during the rain is only for those who love the rain." The animal friends were confused. How could anyone love the rain? Rain meant mud, rain meant floods, and rain meant staying indoors while the fun was outside. Still, they couldn't help but wonder. Every time the clouds darkened, they'd set off to find Bun, determined to discover his secret. One day, a wise old turtle, who had seen many seasons come and go, decided to help his friends. "I've seen Bun during the rain," he said, "and I can tell you, he's not up to any mischief. Instead, he's always surrounded by friends. True friends don't let each other down or get lost. They stick together through thick and thin. Maybe that's what Bun is doing." The animals thought for a moment. Was Bun just spending time with his friends during the rain? Could that be his secret? The next time the clouds gathered, they followed Bun to the riverbank. Instead of waking him up, they quietly arranged themselves in a circle around Bun, each holding on to the other. When Bun opened his eyes, he was surprised to see them all there. "What are you doing here?" he asked. "We want to spend time with you, Bun," replied the turtle. "But you're always asleep when we find you. We don't want to wake you up." "Oh, it's all right," said Bun, smiling. "I was just resting. Come, I'll show you something." He hopped to his feet and beckoned for them to follow him. Hesitantly, they all rose to their paws and followed Bun away from the river. They walked past the babbling brook and the whispering willows until they reached a thicket of thorny bushes. Bun paused and said, "Wait here, I'll guide you." Closing their eyes, they felt Bun nuzzle their sides, guiding them through the prickly maze. Suddenly, the bushes opened up, revealing a beautiful meadow bathed in sunlight. A sparkling river meandered through the field, crossed by a wooden bridge. On the other side, they saw a group of animals lounging under a large oak tree. There were deer with coats as smooth as satin, foxes with tails like burning embers, and even a majestic white stag with antlers that touched the sky. The animals from the meadow had never seen such beauty. The stag dipped his head toward them. "Welcome, friends. I'm glad you finally found this place. How did you know we were coming?" asked the turtle. The stag smiled. "Your friend Bun told us you'd be here today. That's how we know how much the rain means to him." He never stops talking about how wonderful it is. The animals were stunned. They hadn't realized that Bon had shared his secret with the forest friends. Shame washed over them for judging Bon without understanding him. Bon hopped closer to the stag and whispered something in his ear. The stag nodded and turned to face them. Bon has asked us to do something for you, he said. He wants you to experience the joy of the rain, to feel its rhythm on your skin, and to understand its language. The animals looked at each other. Could they really do this? After all, they'd always avoided the rain. Slowly, hesitantly, they stepped onto the soft, wet grass. The cool water felt refreshing on their fur and feathers. Soon, they were rolling in the mud, chasing each other around the field, and splashing in the river. They laughed and played until their hearts were full and their bodies were tired. When the sun finally peeked through the clouds, they lay on the ground, gazing up at the sky. "Thank you, Bon," whispered the turtle. "I understand now. Being with friends makes the rain even more fun than the sunshine." "That's the spirit," said the stag, nuzzling the animals. "Come visit us whenever it rains. We'll always be here to welcome you." And so, from that day on, the animals of the meadow didn't fear the rain. They learned to love it, knowing that it brought them closer to their friends and to nature's wonders.